We're taking a look at this Greenworks 40 volt 20-inch pole hedge trimmer. I haven't opened this yet, but this one, which looks like this is where the battery goes, is the thing itself. So I was concerned about whether you could just use this regularly. This has to be attached to that in order to use it, so you can't just use it like that. So it looks like this has a shape formed on this aluminum piece here, and that looks like it will engage in here. That goes in there, and then this screws on. So far I haven't looked at the instructions, so I'll find out I'm doing it all wrong in a minute, but that's what it seems like to me. So wow, that's quite a tight screw, by the way. Yeah, and that's all the way in, so no, I'm not doing it wrong. It looks like it's just a little stiff. So, you know, you have to give it a little bit of well, it just seems like it ought to be going down to that level, but maybe it doesn't have to. Let's see how long this thing is. This is end to end 86 inches long. Now I was expecting that you could fold this up, but it doesn't look like it's that kind of a thing. So you pull this and it snaps in place. So you can set this at different heights. This is about 64 inches. Let's give this a whirl. Now the reason I got this particular one is because I already have a lawnmower which is Greenworks, and it has a bunch of batteries. I have this is a generic one which I got. This is one of the original ones that came with the lawnmower. It has one of these and it has one of this size. The interesting thing is they give you one of these with the big shell, and this says 2.0 ampere hour. So what we've got here is this is 2 ampere hour, and this is a heavier 6 ampere hour. Right, Dougie? So this, I'm just going to check also. Push the button here, and this one needs to be charged. So out of the box, this has got almost no charge. I think these have been on the shelf, and I think these are all charged up. That's fully charged. The question is, will this take different batteries? If I put this smaller battery in here, smaller battery, which should fit just perfectly, right? Yes, it does. Here's a 6 ampere hour from the lawnmower. So if you wanted to do some extended work with this one, this should give you a lot of time. So there we go, fits perfectly. Is this heavy? It's not light. The center of this thing is about here where the handle is, so that's with the battery in. I don't think it make much difference. You get a little heavier battery, it's not going to be a whole lot of difference, to be honest. So here's how you start this. You pull that toward you, and then you pull on the gripper. It's got one speed, so I'm going to give this a try. Interesting thing is when you can stand back, you get a little bit different perspective. Let me get that in the camera. So here's an area that's a little bit tricky to get to everything. But